3 people you need in your power team and why when it comes to investing in property and starting a property business. Hey everyone, my name is Radhika. I have been investing for 3 years and I have grown a portfolio and now investing with my aunt, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel to help people get into property and understand the basics of property without having to pay for it and basically start your own empire. If you have any comments or need any recommendations with the people that I mentioned in this video, please feel free to comment below and I will send you those recommendations or answer any questions that you have. So if that's something you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button below. The first person that I highly recommend you first speak to is a property tax accountant or property tax specialist, and the reason I say property within that is because they have to be specialized in property. Property can be so complicated and all businesses have their own procedures and legislations and tax and all these different things, so just make sure that person specializes in property and knows about property and potentially even has their own property portfolio, because they'll understand you how to set up your businesses in the right way for you. And that's another thing, is they have to be right for you. It doesn't matter if someone's investing in a company or their own personal name. It just depends on what works best for you and what your plans are. Someone could just be doing it for themselves, like someone could be doing it to build a business. You just don't know. So just make sure that advice is specific to you, not just because someone is investing in a company you should do that, or someone's investing in their personal name you should do that too. The second person I highly recommend you speak to is a mortgage advisor that has access to all products. And what I mean by all products is sometimes when you go to a traditional bank like your Barclays, NatWest's, Metro banks, I don't know what other banks there are at the top of my head, but essentially they only sell you those types of products. So if it's Barclays, they only give you Barclays products, so it's never really competitive to other banks or other lenders out there. So speak to a mortgage broker that has access to all types of products and that can help you facilitate any purchases that you might need funding for. They will be your best friends and they will give you a straight answer. Can you get funding on this property or not? How much money you can borrow and what the procedures are, and basically help you in any way of funding. The other thing that it might help you with is understanding where you can invest unless you have private finance available. This kind of dictates where you're going to invest and what types of strategies you're going to invest in, especially if you are living in London. It might be a little bit harder for you to actually invest in London because the capital required is a lot higher. So unless you have access to private finance, then you know going with a mortgage might not work in your favor in London. Whereas if you go somewhere in the north, in the northeast, outside of London, to be honest, you might have a better chance of getting, you know, full funding for that 75% loan to value if it's a buy to let, or 70% if it's on a bridge. The third person and the final person in this video that you need to speak to is a property solicitor who has experience in these types of deals before and knows what they're doing in property. They don't have to be in that area, because if you go a little bit outside of London or up north, they tend to be a little bit cheaper, but just make sure that they have the expertise. It doesn't matter if they're in London or in Newcastle or Manchester, it doesn't really matter, just as long as they have the expertise and that they actually have time to work on your project. Some solicitors are so busy that they might not even have a chance to even look at your property, and that could delay things, especially when you are on a time strain or you need something specific or you're trying to push this deal as quickly as possible. You need to have a solicitor that can work on your behalf on your terms, not on their terms. So making sure that you have a solicitor that can really help you and give you what you need when you need it, essentially. Obviously give them a little bit of time. You can't expect someone to reply to an email straight away or give you something straight away, but make sure that they're quick at responding, whether it's in the same day or 24 hours. That will really help. So just to conclude the video, I highly recommend you speak to a mortgage broker, a tax specialist in property and a solicitor to help you get your business started. Please hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, please comment them below and I will get back to you. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.